Dengarlah suatu kisah pada zaman dahulu kala. Tenggelam suatu desa, begitulah dituturkan. Gempa yang mengawali, disusul ombak raksasa. Tenggelam seluruh negeri secara tiba-tiba.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a great day for all of us because we are talking about what are we supposed to do in the future disaster risk. And I'm very happy on behalf of the government to talk on role of Aceh Tsunami Museum toward global disaster risk reduction efforts. Of course, I will be speaking on local knowledge-based approach of future community resilience. My best appreciation and gratitude to the organizing committee of this national seminar on science and technology application for disaster risk reduction. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our museum, Aceh Tsunami Museum, built during the reconstruction of Aceh by the international communities, and we are very proud to tell you that the museum doesn't only belong to the Acehnese people, Indonesian people, but the global communities. You put your cent in this museum, so you are the owner of the museum too. Objective of the establishment of the museum through adopting Aceh culture and Islamic value. You know, remember the museum as the symbol of strength, patience, resilience, and awakening during disaster. And then the museum will function as symbolic reminder of 2004 tsunami and media for commemoration. And then from the museum, it will show hope, resilience, human spirit, and to help people move forward. So this museum will be our spirit. This museum will be our soul in order to live better in dignity. The museum also serves as a long-lasting tribute to the victim of tsunami. You know, I tell you many times, we will never forget our brother and sister who lost and died during the tsunami. So from the tragedy, we are here, survived, and we need to learn, we need to share the story for the future disaster risk. This is the philosophy of the museum as the media for mitigation. So the museum was built through the concept of disaster value, the concept of the cultural value and religion value. Why? You know, from the museum, if you see from the aerial view, the museum is like a tidal wave. It's like a big wave in the middle of the sea. And cultural values, the museum was built through the concept of Rumo Aceh, Aceh traditional house on stilts. You know, that is a very important philosophy because the Acehnese house used to be hanging house, and from that we learn to avoid the animal attacks and also the flood. And also the museum was built with the ornament of the Acehnese value and Islamic value here. You see here the outer walls was ornamented, was decorated with tari saman. That is what we call saman den or thousand hand dance. And that saman den has been very famous and has been acknowledged by the UNESCO as the world intangible cultural heritage. Religious value talking about the reflection, the relationship between human and God. You know what happened 10 years ago when that tragedy happened to us? We always remember God. We believe God has the message that Acehnese life should be shifted from tragedy into opportunity. But we still remember God has the power for everything on our life. And this is another philosophy that the museum was built through vertically and horizontally shaped. And here, the museum was built through the vertically shaped. Why? This is talking about the relationship between human and God. And here is a horizontal relationship between human and human. So many nationalities came to Aceh in order to help us. They donated us, they supported us, they give us money, they improve our livelihood. So we thank them so much. That's what we call the relationship between human and human. So this is very important philosophy. Then we go to the design concept. psychological spaces. Remember that inside of the Museum Tsunami, so the building is divided into 4 psychological spaces. That's what we call space for fear, space for sorrow, space for hope, and space for relief or telnet. So all the spaces, have different message, have different philosophy. So from that space, we try to have the exchange study, the exchange ideas, the exchange experience. For example, when we are talking about the space of fear, so the visitor walk through the small alleys. So from that small alleys, the visitor learn how the condition of the tsunami at that time. And this is the second space, what we call space of sorrow. From the space, we try to learn about the impacts of the humanity to our real life. So here, we try to experience through a dark memorial hall located on ground floor, equipped with 26 media panels, reflecting date of past catastrophic event at that time. And this is very important in order to make you remember what happened. The third one is the space of hope. This is hope for the survivors. We try to send them prayers, we send them thoughts. We will never forget our brothers and sisters that lost during the tragedy. The fourth one is the space of relief. This is very important. This is the philosophy of the museum of tsunami. We need to mitigate our life. We need to remember what happened in the past. We have many learning facilities from the museum. For example, like diorama, we try to learn how the tsunami formed, how the tsunami impact our life, and then from here we learn about the tragedy, about the earthquake, and then this is very good in order to learn from the witness, from the survivors about the tragedy. And we are talking about the geological space, learn from the scientific purposes, and then we learn from the images. And the third one is media for recreation. From the tourism, we try to learn how that impact to our life. We try to tell the world about our strength, our resilience, and our patience during the tragedy. From that, we try to share the word about our sharing about the past tragedy, and then try to mitigate our life of the future disaster threat. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, when we're talking about tourism of tsunami, we're not talking about commercialization of the suffering of the people. We try to show the world, we try to thank the world what they have done to us in the past through the rehabilitation and reconstruction process. So from here we try to learn also about emotional, nostalgic travel. We believe that one day many the humanitarian workers try to come back to Aceh in order to see how Aceh today. And Media for Equation, we are very happy to tell you that Museum Tsunami will be a very important evacuation center of the future event. We can save people at the first floor, second floor, third floor, and even on the rooftop. But of course that we need to do some strategy on how to assist the people rush to the museum in terms of food, water to drink, and this is very important, and how to make them comfortable when they rush to this museum. Speaking about tragedy, we never forget what happened almost 100 years ago. Remember, one of the islands of Aceh called Sumulu, where their location is very close to the epicenter of the museum, but most of the population in that area safe. Only 7 people dead of the tsunami. Why? Because they have a very good experience passed down by their generation, one generation to next generation through the experience called Smong. The Smong, they learned from the big tsunami event in 1907 that there were a big tsunami attacked their life, the Indian Ocean, and most of the people in the island dead, and the survivors of the tsunami at that time tried to disseminate the information from one generation to next generation. And until today, the people of Sumulu try to learn from that Smong. And we are very happy to tell you that the Smong become our spirit. The Smong become our inspiration for the museum. And this is the word of Smong by the lyric in original Sumulu language. Okay, this is talking about sharing life story of lesson learned between the survivors and the visitor. I'm very happy today. One of the programs that we are created in this museum is sharing life story, or what we call Telnet, telling life lesson. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, 1, 2, 3, 4 as the sample of the survivors working in this museum, try to share the story about their life tragic experience during the tsunami experience in 26 December 2000. And then the other media on how to promote Telnet and to promote the awareness is through the short movies. This is very important for the young student, for the young people, in order to learn how the tsunami happened and how to survive when tsunami happened, and then how the tsunami changed our life. In a minute, we lose mom, we lose papa, we lose brother and sister. And commemoration, every year we do the commemoration. Why? To always remember back. Why? We want to thank the world. Why? We want to share the story. Why? We want to mitigate our life. And this is dissemination training workshop. We are very happy to have TDMRC, one of the Center for Data Research Training, Emergency Consultation toward Disaster Risk Reduction. It's very important because not only talking about home sharing, but we need to have like dissemination, training, research. That's very important. And this, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to remind you that there will be a big event of 10 years Indian Ocean tsunami disaster. Why? We need to learn what happened 10 years ago. And it has been a decade. And from that commemoration, we want to do reflection. We want to do evaluation. What we are doing already within the last 10 years. Are we strong enough to face the future tsunami? Are we resilient enough to face the future disaster? Are we ready to transfer the knowledge of the experience from one generation to next generation? That is the philosophy of the 10 years. From the commemoration, we want to invite the people who has been kindly helping the people of Acehnese during the hard moment, the hard situation. We want to show that, look, you left us 10 years ago and today we survived. Today we stand on our own economically, socio-culturally. So this is very important. We don't want to be like people always begging for help, but we want to be people, you know, sharing help, sharing information, and sharing life story of the past disaster to the future disaster. Ladies and gentlemen, I come to my conclusion. The more important to do is past disasters should not remain as it was. It should be important learning. We don't forget what happened 10 years ago and then try to stay away from the reality. We have to be remember that disaster is around us today. We don't know how to predict when, where, and how disaster come and attack us. So we need to mitigate our life. We need to do the education for the young generation, for our family at home. And again, we are living in the shifting tectonic plate. Living harmony with the disaster and understanding the characteristic of the nature is very important today because we learn from the past 10 years. And then we need to do some campaigns for the awareness, like media campaign, school campaign, dissemination, like what you're doing today on the seminar, national seminar for the science and technology application. And then we always hope that Aceh Tsunami Museum will be a strong center for mitigation, recreation, and evacuation as one of effective media for educating community toward disaster risk reduction in the future. And of course, this is very important that stakeholder partnership, we want to have more support, more cooperation, more help from everyone, especially from the government, in order to promote our beloved museum in transferring experiences and lessons learned of past disaster worldwide. And then coordination among government, NGO to support future disaster emergency response. Ladies and gentlemen, pain will relieve when you share. Pain will relieve when you share. So what we are doing today through the Telnet program is very effective in order not only to make the people aware of the future tragedy, but to make the survivors happy in order to express all the feeling, all the hard, tragic feeling they experience. That's why we need to share. So Telnet is very important, and Telnet is a must in our daily life. Thank you very much for your cooperation, attention, and we are looking forward to hear your discussion in the future. Thank you.
Gempa berat dan diikuti luapan gelombang besar menerjang seluruh daerah pantai barat, menelan korban sangat banyak. Saat itu Sejumlah besar kampung benar-benar lenyap ditelan ombak. Dan sejak itu, masyarakat Semelu yang menghuni Pulau Semelu menyebut ombak pasang yang bergulung-gulung itu dengan istilah semong.